Last Sunday, life was great in Corvallis. The Beavers were 4-0, ranked in the top 10 for the first time in more than a decade. On Monday, disaster struck, or so everybody thought. Sean Mannion, the quarterback, needed knee surgery, is out indefinitely, leaving junior Cody Vaz to start for Oregon State. Vaz has been a backup for 3 years, has thrown just 17 passes in his OSU career, hasn't started a game since high school until today in Provo, Utah. The Beavers playing at BYU, a game you saw on KEZI and KDRV earlier today. First drive of the game, Vaz was perfect. 29-yard pass to Connor Hamlet for a first down, and that set up Vaz to Marcus Wheaton, rolling to his left, throws back to his right, finds Wheaton for an 11-yard touchdown. 5 for 5 on the drive for Vaz, 7-0 Beavers. What a start from Cody.
What a great start. They just came out and he executed well. They didn't dumb down the offense at all. They did everything that they would do with Sean Mannion, and he performed very well.
Took a lot of people by surprise, including, I think, BYU, but the Cougar offense responded, marched down the field. Jamal Williams, 1 run, 1 yard, a touchdown run. BYU ties the game up at 7. Vaz showed then that the first drive was not an aberration. A perfect throw down the field for Brandon Cooks, who makes a one-handed grab. 43-yard gain. Cooks hurt his ankle on the play, only missed a handful of plays, however, was back in. Another monster day from Cooks. Damon, I know you love his game as a former wide receiver. More from Vaz, another perfect pass to Marcus Wheaton in the corner of the end zone. 24-yard touchdown, 14-7 Beavs after 1 quarter, 2 touchdown throws from Vaz.
Yeah, he did just exactly what you expect him to do as a experienced backup with no experience in the game. He came out and executed the offense.
And BYU responded again. That was a 4th and goal play from the 2. Riley Nelson to Devin Mahina. Game tied at 14-14. That was the score at halftime. Then in the third quarter, like you said earlier, Jay, the Beavers didn't change the game plan at all throughout this game. They let Vaz throw as they would Mannion. Another great throw to Connor Hamlet, who shows the athleticism, jumping over the signboard on the sideline.
Not bad for a guy that's 6'6".
29-yard gain, and on the next play, handoff to Stormwood's 16-yard touchdown run, the longest Beaver TD run since the first game of last season. It's 21-14.
You know, those rushing yards were hard to come by, but they got just enough throughout the day to keep them off balance, just like they've been able to do.
And again, BYU struck right back. The option, Riley Nelson to Jamal Williams, 21-21 tie game. It was going back and forth at this point. Late in the third, Beavers handoff to Stormwoods. He only gains a few yards, but he is down. According to Oregon State, Woods suffered a left knee contusion. Contusion is a fancy word for a bruise. He did not return to the game, however. Concern about Storm Woods right now?
Contusion's a lot better than a sprain or a strain, so that's probably pretty good news for the Beavers.
Yeah, you see the knee bent back a little awkwardly there. Tough to see what happened. The Beavers trying to keep it going. Cody Vaz, play fake, looks deep down the field, finds Brandon Cooks, who takes off 59-yard completion. He'll be eventually out of bounds in the 5. Brandon Cooks showing off his speed there, Damon.
Yeah, it seems like they got it real on a good pace of going to corners right now. It's additional throws that I think Manny didn't necessarily do before, but he's doing now.
That was a wild play that you just saw. Cody Vaz's pass tipped at the line, caught by Colby Prince for a touchdown. Looking like a power forward boxing out the defenders. Watch Prince catch this ball. 28-21 Beavers lead.
Well, he had great position underneath the basket there to go get that one.
It's 28-24 now, and Malcolm Agnew in the game for Stormwoods bust off a big run. The Beavers are going to need Agnew to do more of that if Woods is out for an extended period of time.
The Beavers have been playing 3 running backs this whole season, and so this isn't a surprise, and there isn't a great drop-off. You know, I wish Woods was in there, but it's not a drop-off to have the other one here.
What a play call here. 5.5 minutes to go. The double reverse. Marcus Wheaton takes it in for a touchdown. 35-24 with about 5.5 to go. A play that probably sealed the game. The Beavers would add an exclamation mark to the game. What would an Oregon State game be this year without a Jordan Poyer interception? It's a pick 6 off the bobbled pass. 42-24. Beavers beat BYU, a final score that was maybe not quite as indicative of how close the game was, but it'll certainly look good when the voters look at it tomorrow.
Well, the Beavers and the Beaver fans, you could not relax until Marcus got in the end zone there to make it a 2-possession game. It was a tight football game, 14-14 at half.
A look at the stats for Cody Vaz. What a day. 20 of 32, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns. Another monster day receiving from Brandon Cooks, who shook off that early ankle injury. 8 receptions, 173 yards. And Marcus Wheaton, 3 total touchdowns. A guy who just scored once all of last year, showing that he can get into the end zone with relative ease. 3 total touchdowns as the Beavers improve on the season to 5-0, the first time they've done that since 1939. It was a startling game from Cody Vaz, and Steven Nelson is in Provo. He has more on the breakout game for the backup QB.
For the first time in 73 years, the Beavers are 5-0. But the story tonight, without a doubt, was the performance of Cody Vaz, who in his first career start in this hostile BYU environment went 20 for 32, threw for 332 yards and 3 touchdowns.
It was something to see, in the fourth quarter when he told the team to bring it up. And he gave us a speech to let's finish this game. It's something about that I probably won't ever forget. Just a backup quarterback coming in as a starter, and he really shined today, and I'm really proud of him for what he did.
I knew I was capable of playing that way, and we just came out and as an offense and did what we had to do first drive and try to calm this place down. It was a little rowdy, but the first drive really set the tone, I think, for our team.
It's just a great sign of a guy staying ready over a long period of time, and what we hope is part of the identity of our football team is that, guys are getting ready to play, and when called upon, they go in and do the job.
I knew he was going to come in and do that. Didn't have no doubts about that. Throughout fall camp, he played well. Throughout practice, he played well, and he's just a great quarterback, smart, intelligent, and he's going to help you out to win the game.
We got it, baby! Here we go! I love seeing you after the game.
For Oregon State, it started with their opening drive. Vaz was a perfect 5 for 5 and led them 75 yards and scored a touchdown. It was the first touchdown surrendered by the BYU defense in 13 consecutive quarters.
That was a big time, and I think that was really probably good for our whole team to set the tone for the game like that.
While there's no question that Vaz's performance caught many by surprise, it's sort of an I told you so moment for his teammates. Saturday's game validates what they've been saying all week long, that they are Beaver believe Vaz.
And I'm going to say this, I told y'all, man. Y'all people out there, I told y'all from day one since we found out Cody was going to be the starter. We believe in him. Cody's got swagger, and he led us to win today.
So 42-24, the Beavers win. The game was closer than the scoreboard would indicate. Don't let that fool you. But it certainly wasn't the defensive battle that most people thought it would be. It was Cody Vaz stealing the spotlight in his first career start. Reporting inside Lavelle Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah, Steven Nelson for College Football Game Night.